Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh yeah, there's my bitch.
Remember, the ball must travel 10 yards. It's loose. Mud Dogs football.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian. Otherwise known as the mailman. Yes, the mailman. Rise and grind on a Saturday. A Saturday edition. The sun is out. It's going to be like 81, 82. A beautiful day. I will take off the hoodie in a little bit and put on my actual work shirt. But I wanted to rock the game time this morning. Again, good live stream last night. Go check it out on Primetime Phil. If you haven't seen it, it was lively. We had a nice amount of people in there. Again, of course, we got the trolls in Dallas doing Dallas things. I can't argue with you. 100% right. But as I talked to my buddy, Philly 500, we've been really going back and forth a lot. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He knows the deal. Again, it's the shit show that never ends in Dallas as long as Jerry's around. But as you saw in that video that I started this right after the intro, what did you see? What did you see? I got the glasses, Vinny. I got the glasses as I make my turn, brother. What did you see? You saw the whole front office. Okay? You saw everybody there. The brain trust of the Cowboys out on that football field. Discussing, obviously, I don't know where Jerry was, but again, for the trolls, Jerry's just a mouthpiece that gets in the way. He's a guy who, yeah, he signs the checks, but they bring it to him and say, well, here you go, Dad, you need to sign here. We want to do the deal, okay? Jerry can't help himself. Jerry's stuck. You don't believe me? Listen to Michael Irvin on his channel. Jerry Jones is not involved in the... he has an opinion. Of course he does. But when it comes down to making adult decisions, Jerry is not around. Is he on that field? You had Will McClay. You had Stephen Jones. You had all of them in there. All the front office peeps. What's going on in Dallas is no surprise. It's nothing different than what always goes on. The problem is they met a guy in Micah Parsons who's not putting up with it anymore. Micah doesn't want to go nowhere. He can say that all he wants. Myles Garrett said the same thing. And when they get a deal done, not if, when they get a deal done, it ain't gonna matter. When it comes down to brass tacks, you can say, oh, well, listen, the culture is changing. Okay, is it going to change overnight? No, but from a 7-win, injury-riddled team last year with obviously a horrible culture, they're going to get to 9 to 10 wins. Again, I'm still going to wait. I don't know that I'm going to do, I might just do one big show instead of releasing 4 different, I may do like an hour show and give you my opinion, of all 4 teams. probably after the preseason games of all 4 teams headed in to the regular season. But I'm just telling you, where I see this team is around 9 or 10, maybe missing the playoffs right now. And that doesn't really have much to do with Micah. I mean, I'm hoping they can do well, but I'm not going to go out on a limb for a team who just can't shake the injury bug, right? You can't. I think they're going to score a lot of points. They're going to score more than 10 points against the Eagles, that's for sure. Whoever said that last night in the chat, geez, that's stealing money. Come on, guys. Come on. Our problem with the Eagles is going to be stopping the run. And we don't know what we got yet because we haven't seen it. I know what they're saying. I know what the stats tell you. Eberflus, year 1, they're going to stop the run. Does that mean we stop at week 1 against arguably the best running team in the league? Probably not. So, but again, we got plenty of time for that. We're dealing with this culture problem and Jerry Jones. Jerry wasn't involved, all right? Jerry is annoying, but he's less involved in the actual decision-making than Al Davis was. Al Davis, he was wheeling and dealing and doing shit himself. He had nobody around. He didn't have his Stephen Jones' son who would throw him up against the wall every now and again and say, what the F are you doing? Now, I do believe it will get better with Stephen Jones. I don't believe we'll find ourselves in these situations time and time again. I don't. I think what Stephen Jones is doing is not going to throw his dad under the bus, who built this empire. And Stephen Jones is cleaning up the mess. He's like the Ray Donovan of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I said it. Stephen Jones is like the Ray Donovan of the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think I need these, but I don't know. We're making the turn, boys. We're making the turn. That's my opinion, and I'm going to stick with it. In the end of the day, these things happen all the time. It's just it's more magnified with the Dallas Cowboys. It's happening with the Washington Commanders, who lost, to the Eagles, in the 3rd round of the playoffs? Put it in the comments, because then the Commanders won in Detroit and then went to Philly and lost. Yet, nobody was really talking about it. Why? Because it's the Washington Commanders. Terry McLaurin is still a great receiver. He's a walking 1,000-yard receiver regardless of the quarterback. That's not easy to do in the NFL, everybody. It's not. The fact of the matter is we got a lot of people playing for contracts. We'll see what other contracts get done. I think you're going to find, I say 2 more contracts get done before the start of the season. If I had to guess, I would say Deron Bland, and I would say Micah Parsons. I don't think Tyler Smith gets done. That's my, and we'll see where I land on that. But I'm about the star ultimately. The one thing that is pissed off Jerry is when Micah says he don't want to be a Cowboy. That's kind of hard to walk back and then get an absorbent amount of money. Some would say Steven was on the phone talking compensation with other teams. No team is going to give Dallas what they want right now. You know what I mean? You're not going to make a good offer. I mean, you may get something, but they're going to want to have assurances that Mike is going to want to stay there, right? As much as we wouldn't mind having Jeffrey Simmons and a boatload of picks, does he want to go to Tennessee? Now, he doesn't have a no trade, but if he doesn't agree to sign a new deal, then you lose value in the trade. He's not going anywhere, okay? He's not going anywhere. This is all just nonsense. The one thing I will say is I feel like that we've built up all this momentum and the balloon was getting big and it was moving nice, and then somebody popped it. I feel like we've all been deflated. So if we're deflated here, are they deflated in the locker room? I'm not going to argue with you and say that they're not. We got CD posted on Twitter in support of Micah. We got Wanye Thomas, who really should not be doing anything. Wanye, sorry, brother, but You're not making enough money to really, and you haven't been consistent enough, even though we like you, to really be running your mouth. But he's on board. So, again, it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous that we're dealing with this BS. It really is. I feel like everything's been deflated a little bit. We got time to puff it back up, but when is this going to happen? Deadlines make deals my ass, Jerry. Jerry is the guy signing the checks. But here's the thing. If Jerry says, you ain't signing him right now, because Dallas is acting as though he needs to honor his contract. Well, I got news for you. He ain't going to hold out. But do you want I don't think Micah is mature enough to handle the situation without sorry, Micah, Terrence, I don't know that Micah can handle that, being there and playing under those circumstances. He needs a new deal. I don't think he's the guy to F with. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think Mike is the guy to F with when it comes to this type of stuff. I just don't. I feel like, he's not going to handle it, right? And Trayvon Diggs, what they're doing to him, again, if you're sprinting and doing somersaults, Trayvon, get your ass on the football field. They paid you. That's the frustrating thing. Dallas pays guys like Trayvon, and then they decide not to show up. They're paying you top-end money to be a leader of some sorts. Now, you don't have to be a vocal leader, but you need to be there. I'm sorry. I side with the Cowboys on the Trayvon Diggs deal. I absolutely do. Less being in Miami and planting and spreading your seed, Trayvon, and more at the Star with your teammates. You were paid early. Everybody says Dallas don't pay early. Well, they've done it many times. Do they do it with everybody? Nope, they do not. They do not. So, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that we got to answer questions. God forbid we have an off season of hype. Even if it turns to shit during the season, God forbid we have anything nice. We're not allowed to have anything nice. It doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem like we're allowed to have anything nice. It just seems like every off season there has to be some factor that comes in and screws everything up. It's ridiculous. I'm over it, quite frankly. Quite frankly, I'm over the BS. But, not much I could say about it because they don't listen to me. They only listen to Canadian content creators, right, Mark? Meaning the Cowboys. They open their doors to Canadian content creators. What a joke. But anyway, all right, everybody. I'm at work. I will talk to everybody later. Don't forget my 3 o'clock lunchtime chat. 3 o'clock Eastern. We'll talk for a half hour on my lunch. And then like I said, we did our show last night. So I'll do something later. I just don't know what time. Maybe it'll be a late night. Maybe it'll be a late night. But we'll do a live stream later. We'll do something. All right, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as. Going to deliver in my appointed round. This is like it has a dog hair or something there. I don't know. But all right, everybody. Late.
This is a lot easier if you just lay back. He's resisting me. Pills. Okay. Pills are good. Pills are good.
There you go, big guy. Better? You want some ketchup and mustard?